A very good morning to class 6 student. Class 6 student, my name is Sunil Best. I'm your computer teacher. Now today we are going to start the first chapter. The name of the first chapter is the computer system. The computer system, all of you know that in a computer system there are three things are necessary in a computer system like computer, CPU and the keyboard. These are three equipments which are necessary for the computer system. Without these things we can't be able to do anything in a computer because in a CPU the software is installed, and in computer we can see whatever we are going to do in computer, and through the keyboard we are giving instructions to the keyboard. Now moving forward to the computer system, I tell you some basics about the computer system. In your book, if you find it out in the page number, in the first page, introduction, a computer system has three main components mean there are three things which are very important in computer. That's why they are called the main components, like hardware, software and the user. Hardware, what is hardware? Hardware are the component which we can see and touch. हार्डवेयर उन्हें कहते हैं जिन्हें हम छू सकते हैं और महसूस कर सकते हैं, लाइक कीबोर्ड and the CPU. These all are the hardwares, and the software are those programs which we already installed in a computer system are called software. The users are going to work on the software, and after that we get output from the printer. So printer is also be a hardware, right? And the user, who all are the users? Student, you all are the user, and if I am doing something in the computer, that means I am the user in the computer, right? So moving forward in your book, so the equipments associated with the computer system is hardware. Means the equipments which are associated with a computer are called hardware. Those things or those equipment which are connected through a computer are called hardware, like keyboard, mouse. These are the hardwares, and the CPU are the hardware which we can see and touch. I already told you. Tell about hardware. What is hardware? Hardware, the computer, I tell you in brief. Computer hardware is the collection of all the parts of the computer you can physically touch. Which we can see and touch is called a computer hardware. A computer is a machine that can be programmed on accept data input. Data input means through which we are going to input the data on a computer through keyboard. Keyboard is the input device. Here one question arises that what is input device and what is output device? Input device means through which we are giving something to the computer is called input device, and the output device from where we get something is called output device. So input devices are mouse is the input device, keyboard is the input device, and the output device printer. From printer we get something, we get the hard copies and the soft copies. What are soft copies? Copies are those things which we can see but we can't be able to touch is called soft copies. So all of you know that we can see whatever the things are written on the computer are called the soft copies. So we'll talk about later. Hardware. Computer hardware is the collection of all parts of the computer you can physically touch. A computer is a machine that can be programmed and accept data input process into useful information. Means whenever we are going input the data on a computer, CPU processed all the data. Whatever the data we are going input in a computer system is processed by the CPU, and we get output in our VDU. VDU is what? Visual display unit. In a monitor, the monitor is called the VDU, right? And store it in a secondary storage device. What are secondary storage device? Students, secondary storage devices are those devices in which we can put the data, and we can carry that particular data through these storage devices like memory card, pen drive. These are the storage devices, and for safe keeping or later reuse. Reuse means after some time or after a bit of time, if you want to use that particular data, we can. The processing of input and output of direct by the software but performed by the hardware. That means all the processes performed by the hardware. Without hardware we can't be able to process any particular program, right? So moving forward to the software. What are software? Software, all of you know. Before telling you the brief about the software, I already told you the software is the programs which are installed in a computer. So I'm going to explain you about the software. A software is a set of programs that govern the operations of a computer. That means whatever the programs, whatever the things we are going to enter on a computer, the software are going to process on that and giving us a fruitful output. And its related devices. It is a collection of instructions that enables the user to interact with a computer. It is a collection of instructions, means so many instructions are installed in a computer which we can use through our instructions with a computer. Hardware to perform tasks. Hardware are basically used to perform the task, because without hardware we can't be able to perform any action on a computer. Without a software, most computer would be useless. All of you know that in a computer, if we purchase a computer from the market and we haven't installed any type of software on that, we can't be able to take any type of action on that. So that's why the software is very necessary. And the system software. What is system software? Because we have learned about the software. What are the software like MS Word, MS PowerPoint, Excel? These are the softwares which we can install in a computer. But what is a system software? System software is a totally different. How is it different? The system software control all the internal activities. Some internal activities happened in a computer system like plus, minus, divide, addition, like these activities. And all the internal activities of a computer system, and also the ones between all the attachment components of the computer system, means there are so many components which are attached in a computer system. These all components handled by a software. So software taking a system software taking a very important part in a computer. And operating system like Linux is the operating system, Windows is an operating system. We are using a Windows operating system. Linux having a different type of languages, and Windows having a simple languages. So how we know that this one is the operating system of Linux or this one is the operating system of Windows? Because the language of both the system is different. Means whenever you are using a Windows, you are giving instructions in a different manner, and whenever you are going to use the Linux operating system, you are giving in a different manner. So this one is the difference between Linux and the Windows software. And compiler is whatever what compiler is compiling the things. Whenever we are going to collect the things in one bundle is called compiler. And interpreter is going to change the language. What had happened, we are sending the instructions in a computer through keyboard, right? All of you know that through keyboard we can type only A to Z alphabets are there, 0 to 1, plus, minus, multiply, divide. These things are in computers, but computer can't understand these things, because all of you know that computer is connected through the wires, and wires are based on only two things, plus and minus. That means positive and negative. That means they convert your alphabetically data into analog, and whenever it goes to the CPU, it converted into a digital form. Usko digital mein, then it converted into a binary language. Then the computer can understand that binary language. Computer already worked on the binary language system, so it understands the binary language system. After that, it goes to the VDU, visual display unit. Then it's showing in front of you. So this one is the work of system software. Application software, all of you know that nowadays you are going to install the different type of softwares in your mobile phones or in your computer. Application based on different work. So application software enables the user to complete the task such as creating documents, spreadsheets, database and publication, doing online research, and sending emails. designing graphic, running business, even playing games also. In games also we are going the application software. I already told you, no, you have installed so many application softwares in your mobile phones. Application softwares like we installed Google Play Store. Play Store is a type of a software. If you delete that particular software, you can't be able to download anything from the Google Play Store. Yes, that's why regarding that concern, we have to install the Google software. Now come for moving forward to the relation between hardware and the software. What is hardware and software? I already told you, the hardware are the things which we can see and touch are called hardware, and the software are those things which we can installed in a computer and which we can't see and touch are called the software. And now we are going to talk about the relation between hardware and the software. The relation means what is the relation in between both the things. What are the relation? Hardware and software are dependent on each other. Both the things are dependent on each other. How how they are dependent on each other? Because without a hardware, software can't understand what you are going to tell him, right? And without a hardware, computer can't understand your language, because computer understand only binary language. So the interpreter can change your English language into a binary language, then computer able to understand your language. That's why relationship between hardware and the software, both are dependent on each other. The software cannot be utilized without the hardware. Without a hardware, software can't be utilized. We can't be without a hardware. How can we send the message to the computer? What you have to do, what you have not to be do? Yes. So these are the things which are very necessary. The hardware without a set of programs to operate upon cannot be utilized, and it's useless. Means without a software, without a set of program, the hardware is useless. Why hardware is useless? Because nowadays you get too much programs in your system, or you get too much type of program task with you. If you have a software, if you don't have a software in your computer, how can you do that particular work? You can't be able to achieve your task, right? So the software is very necessary part of the computer. That's why we are telling that the relationship between the hardware and the software. Different software application can be loaded on the hardware to execute different jobs. Yes, I already told you, for different jobs we are uploading the different type of software applications in our mobile phones as well as in our computer also, to achieve that particular task, whatever the task is there, right? So this one is also be a very necessary. That's why they are related to each other, hardware and the software. The last point, a software act an interface between the user and the hardware. It act interface means both are the interface. Without one of them we can't be able to do any type of work. Without any one of them, means software is also a necessary and the hardware is also be a necessary, because if one is missing we can't be able to do anything with the other. So that's why these are the relation between and the hardware and the software. Classification of computers means nowadays we have many type of computers with us. So computers are available in various sizes. All of you know that, for various purpose. Means some of you are using the computer only for educational purpose, some are going to work on the computer for their business purposes, like so there are so many type of computers. The basic function of computer remain the same, लेकिन जो the basic function of the computer is same, whether the computer are related to the professional way or whether it's related to the educational field. So the purpose, size and technology, we divided in 3 categories. The above categories are categorized further into subcategories, and then after we'll categorize these things in a subcategories. Like general purpose computers, some computers are for general purpose, like the general purpose computer. On those computer, like we use general computing like typing letters, presentation, using internet, playing games, and all desktop, laptop, even smartphones or general purpose computers. So these are the general purpose computers. General purpose means whenever we are using the general things, not some other scenarios. Like you have seen the computers in computer room also. They are the general purpose computers, right? Special purpose computers are those. The special purpose computers are usually in specific applications. They cannot perform any other task. For example, computer used for automatic aircraft handling with only perform their task. It cannot be used by typewriters, a weather forecasting computers. Some computer, all of you have watched TV. Time to time, you are watching the TVs. So in TVs, you know that we get the forecast information on the news itself and the typing letters. So they are the special purpose computers. They are based on the special purpose. We can't be able to do we can do the general purpose things on these computers, but in general purpose computer we can't be do the special purpose programs, whatever the programs are there. Now moving forward to the computer classification based on size. We already classified the computers in a uh, basic size. Also there are so many sizes of computers are available in the market. There are least powerful and most commonly used computer system. The main characteristic are there are portable computers. Portable, that the handy computers which we can easily handle in our hands. They can easily carry it from one place to another. It's easy to carry. They are small in size. All of you know that these are the microcomputers. They do not have a large storage capacity. They don't have a large storage capacity because they don't have that much of space with them. They can general input output requirement have the memory devices. That means they carry out general input output operations. They can do only general things, not the hard things. And memory devices, and have a memory devices. All of you know that computer as well as the mobile phones both have the memory card space, and every computer or every mobile phone having different type of capacity with them. They are used for general purpose calculation, desktop publishing, and graphic designing. So these all things are happened in a computer system only. We can do these all things in a computer system. Commonly used microcomputers are desktop, personal computer, laptop, tablets, and smartphones. These are the commonly used microcomputer. Microcomputers, all of you know that the small computers are called microcomputer. We can say that the small computers are called the microcomputer. And mini computer. Well, let's talk about the mini computer. What a mini computer? These type of computer are more powerful than microcomputer. These are more powerful than the microcomputer because they are larger than the microcomputers. Mini computers are more big than the microcomputers. So they are faster and powerful than microcomputer. Obviously, if they are big, then they are the faster and the powerful as well. They have a more capacity on that. These computers can perform more complex tasks. Means if the things gone big, so the more facilities has to be given by the producer, whatever whosoever is going to produce the computer systems. They are larger in size. They are large in size, larger than the microcomputers, and high processing speed as well as the high processing speed. They are more expensive than the microcomputer. Yes, they are more expensive than the microcomputers. Why? Because they are larger and bigger than the microcomputer. They are designed for multiple users simultaneously. uh, they are designed to serve multiple users. They are designed for the multiple users means so many of the users can use that particular type of mini computers. Mini computer are designed for scientific research. Sometime in scientific research we are using for the mini computer. Data collection. The data collection is the type of a collection through which we can collect the data computer aid designing and industrial process are there. Mini frame computers. The next is mini frame computer. What are mini frame computer? These computers are large in mini computer. They are larger than the mini computer. That means the smallest are the micro computer, then the mini computer, then the mini frame computer, the third one. After that, supercomputer. So mini computers are what? The characteristic of mini computer, they have high processing speed and storage amount of data. Definitely they are more storage capacity than the mini computer and the micro computer, because they are the mainframe computers. They have a large internal memory. Definitely they have a large memory capacity, because all of you know that, because they having a large area to store a memory part. These computers consume more electricity. Obviously the smaller things are consuming the small electricity, and the bigger thing is going to consume the large more electricity. The computer are very expensive compared to mini computer. Obviously they are expensive than the mini computer. They can support thousands of users simultaneously. The thousands users are going to use these mini computer. Mini frame are used for banking institution, stock exchange and insurance companies. The insurance companies and the bankers, they are using these type of mini frame computers. They are not using mini computers or micro computers. They are using the mini frame computers, right? And after that, mini frame are and these are the backbone of the entire business world. Why they are calling the backbone? Because most of the bankers and the most of the insurance companies are going to use these type of computers. So that's why they are called the backbone. रीढ़ की हड्डी कहलाती है. अगर ये नहीं होंगे, that means the work gone stop. So that's why they are called the backbone of the entire business world. Then the last one is supercomputer. What are supercomputers? Supercomputers are those computers which are using in NASA, ISRO. All of you know about the NASA and the ISRO, and in that organization the supercomputers are used. They are highly intelligent and the highly moderated. These are considered as the most powerful computers, and the characteristic of these computers are they are larger and faster computers. They are very largest and the fastest computer. Fastest computer means whenever you are going to instruction, within a second you get the answer. Within a second. They are very high processing speed. They have a very high processing speed. They have extremely large storage capacity, because in that particular supercomputers we are doing the special type of task work. Whenever we are going to do a special type of task work, we need a large storage capacity, because we have to save that particular videos, whatever the videos has been made for that program. These are most expensive. Definitely they are most expensive because they are the powerful computers. They are difficult to design. The scenarios are different, because these are not a simple computer, they are supercomputer. So they are very difficult to design those type of computers. NASA and ISRO use supercomputer. They are using the supercomputers and control space discoveries. They also control the space discoveries also. The discoveries happened on the space. Supercomputers are also a nuclear energy research. They also having a nuclear energy research, military agencies and petroleum exploitation. So these things, the important things are happened in supercomputer only, because we can't be able to these type of work in a mainframe computer and mini frame computer and microcomputer, because they don't have that type of facilities with us. That's why scientists specially design these type of supercomputers. Now in the next class we'll talk about the computer classified based on technology. Computers are classified on the based on technologies, means on the basis of technologies we classified the computers. That's why I'm telling you, today we talk already. I already informed you about the classification of the computers. They are the microcomputers, mini computer, mini frame computers, and supercomputer. So in the next class, we'll talk about computer classified based on technology. Why we classified the computer based on technology, we'll talk about the same one also. Thank you. Have a nice day and take care yourself and be safe. And all of you, watch the video carefully. If you can't be able to understand, please call back me anytime, anytime, and talk about me the whatever the things are there. Thank you. Have a nice day.